back to another awesome video, and today's video is going to be a little different, and with a lot of people talking about Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, were those leaked images real, were they not real, and all sorts of other things and speculations and conversations going on. And plus I forget this guy's name on YouTube, but I know his name's Chris, and it's this guy right here. He did something similar, and I thought about throwing my own hat into the ring of this, and so I thought of 5 characters I want to see in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and 5 characters I don't want to see in Avengers Doomsday / Secret Wars. I'm going to go back and forth to each list one by one. I kind of thought of more deep cuts, kind of more the random characters that may not have gotten enough attention. Obvious choices that I've excluded, like the Avengers, so Spider-Man, Captain America, maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe some of the Thunderbolts, because obviously those would be characters that would show up. Doctor Strange, Shuri, Hulk, Thor, whoever you'd count as a main player, I feel like would show up in this. And so I decided to take it a little further back and kind of like expand upon the MCU and the multiverse. Number 5 of characters I want to see in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now this is a little tough because I would take either all 3 of these or one of these, and that is Daredevil, Moon Knight, or Punisher. I think it'd just be so cool to have all 3 of these guys, but if I had one of these guys, I think it'd be great just to have at least one or a few limited street level characters a part of this bigger scale, because hey, New York City is threatened, so at least have one of them or all 3 of them together. And plus, imagine all 3 of them side by side together. Daredevil's there, maybe fighting alongside Spider-Man, Moon Knight's there, Punisher's maybe ripping like alien skulls and guts, or maybe blows up Doombots, whatever invasion happens. Point is, I think they'd be so sick. And of course, I'm looking at Charlie Cox, Oscar Isaac, and John Bernthal. I wouldn't say no to Thomas Jane's Punisher, but of course gotta go with my man Bernthal. Number 5 of characters I don't want to see in Doomsday / Secret Wars is Werewolf by Night and Man-Thing. I put these 2 together because they're like best buddies, it seems like. The irony of this is that these guys would be kind of like street level-ish, supernatural-ish, and I don't think they really would fit here. Don't get me wrong, I loved Werewolf by Night. I love that Marvel one-shot. I just feel like they would be a little unnecessary to kind of be in this event. Not every street level character or supernatural character needs to be involved in this circumstance. And number 4 of characters I don't want to see, Captain Carter. Don't get me wrong, I love Captain Carter. I like Haley Atwell. I like what they kind of do with the character. At the same time, I will admit I've started to see some people made this argument that yes, I feel like Marvel is kind of oversaturating her a little bit and making her a little bit OP. Not that she wouldn't belong, but I feel like she wouldn't really add anything new to the table. And plus, I feel like we're forcing her down people's throats if the more and more we see of her. The only exception I will make is if she maybe fights Captain Hydra. Other than that, please don't have her here in live action form or in animated form. Now, number 4 of characters I want to see, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Now, it feels kind of obvious, or maybe not that obvious, but I feel like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to show up for one of these, if not both of these. And I think it'd be kind of cool if somehow a variant of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin appeared alongside him too. And I like this idea because not only would I love to see more Willem Dafoe, but also I just think it'd be interesting to have villains show up. Not only will we have heroes involved, I think it'd be cool to have villains. And especially since the Secret Wars comics, they had some of the heroes and villains team up against Doctor Doom. Or Magneto and the evil mutants like the Brotherhood had to team up and kind of join forces with the Avengers to take on Doctor Doom. Did they have fights? Yes, and that's what's going to be really cool, is that conflict. But then they're going to realize, hey, we need to deal with Doom. We need to deal with the Beyonder, or what's bigger in the bigger scheme of things. Number 3 of characters I don't want to see is the Eternals. I feel like Marvel has no interest in doing anything with the Eternals. Let's just get them maybe get killed on screen or off screen by Kang, or maybe even Doctor Doom. I think that'd be so cool. And that way you just kind of write them off and then that's it. They don't need to exist anymore at this point because there's no Eternals 2. I will take Eros, I will take Star Fox if he shows up, but other than that, I don't want these guys, really. And number 3 of characters I do want to see is Channing Tatum's Gambit. I was close to saying Will Poulter's Adam Warlock or even Elizabeth Olsen coming back perhaps as Scarlet Witch, but I had to go with my boy Channing Tatum. I think whether he becomes the new Gambit for the MCU or not, I would just love it if we had him appear more, and especially with how well Deadpool and Wolverine did, and I just want to see more of this Gambit. I want to see more of this Gambit. Give me more of this Gambit, please, Marvel. I've expressed that in slight ways, but those slight ways have big intentions. Number 2 of characters I don't want to see is Monica Rambeau. I was so close to saying Carol Danvers, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, because I feel she's just OP. I don't care for Brie Larson anymore. I'm sorry for any fans, but I just don't anymore. I feel like she'd be an obvious choice to have, because I feel like Marvel and Disney would have her in the script. I decided to go a step back and just go with Monica Rambeau. It feels like they're not doing anything with her. She's stuck in that universe with her mother that's binary, and there's Beast. Honestly, just keep her in that universe and let's just leave it there. If she's stuck, she's stuck. If she gets back to our reality off screen, fine. But I liked this character, and that's the thing. And now I'm like, not really that big into her anymore. I'm sorry. She just kind of feels like she's just there. Number 2 of characters I want to see is God Loki, or God of Stories Loki. I feel like he would be so crucial to the story, especially since this is a multiversal thing, and it would be interesting if Loki was the one that had to reset the timeline and erase the multiverse and do the whole, I guess, reboot or soft reboot or whatever it is that Disney's going to do after Secret Wars. I feel like Loki has to have some sort of crucial part, and not only that, but I think he would have such an emotional part in this, because he would get to see Thor, or at least a version of Thor, after losing Loki, and I'd love to see the two reunite, like see this version of Loki and this version of Thor kind of meet. Would be so devastatingly emotional. It would be also rewarding too. My number 1 pick of my top 5 characters I don't want to see in Avengers 5 or 6 is Emilia Clarke from Secret Invasion. Literally, her name is Gia or Gaia. I don't know. I had to literally look that up. Talos' daughter. I don't want her here. As much as I like her more than Captain Marvel, I feel like she's too OP, and I feel like there's just... I don't know. I think at this point she's just unnecessary. Let's move that over, and my number 1 pick of my 5 characters I want to see in Avengers 5 and 6 is Namor. Namor would be so perfect and so fitting for this, because I love the idea of whatever's gonna happen in Doomsday or Secret Wars. You have an invasion happening, or you have Doom show up. I've said this before in videos and streams, but I love the idea of Shuri maybe calls in a friend, and that friend just so happens to be Namor, and he's got his Valkanians, and he's got that whole army and Atlantis and everything all there. I think it'd be so epic. Even if it's not his army, I think he'd be so cool. And just I feel like that little thing towards the end of Wakanda Forever about how they will come to us and we will help them and they will need our help feels like a foreshadow of they would feature and be in a future project. Maybe not all of them, but specifically Namor, I feel like. And those are the characters I want to see, and those are the characters I don't want to see. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are some characters you guys want to see and don't want to see in these movies? And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please smash that button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to Oscars every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every week. Share the video with any friends, all the good stuff and more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll do it as best as possible. This might be one of the very last videos of March Marvel Madness. There will be another video, but we're kind of unwinding and nearing down the end of March Marvel Madness, but that's okay. Any Marvel suggestions you guys might have had, we'll still do going forward into this year, of course, because sometimes plans don't go fully to fruition. I mean, I wanted to cover both Guardians 1 and 2 for March Marvel Madness, or even X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that didn't happen. But hey, I'll get to those maybe perhaps this year, and other things as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.